Having a conversation with a narcissist is like getting trapped in an everlasting storm, which is deadly dangerous and draining. It is akin to banging your head against a wall. There is no purpose, no goal to achieve. They keep rambling and ranting, banging around the bush, attacking you in visible and invisible ways. They do not want to know what you think or how they should cooperate. No, they want to extract sadistic supply by torturing you. They like to lecture, they like to talk at you, which is why you ought to know some instant narcissistic conversation killers so that you can set yourself free if they try to trap you. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Today, you will learn 5 instant killers of any narcissistic conversation. This one is holiday special. If you will have to deal with them and you want to keep them at an arm's length, be it your family, friends, or whosoever that narcissistic person may be, you need to know these practical things, these techniques that you can employ in a very sneaky way. Stay until the very end. Number one, play the confusion card. Don't defend, don't justify. Act like you do not understand why they are behaving the way they are behaving. Let's assume that narcissist is yelling, cussing, cursing, or pretending to be a victim. And the inclination is to defend yourself, to fight for yourself, to prove them wrong. You know you cannot do that because that's what they want you to do. What you will do instead is you will ask a disorienting question. You'll ask, are you all right? Are you okay? Do you need help? What would asking such a question do? It will instantly make them realize there's something wrong with their behavior, or it's not coming off the right way, or that they are exuding insanity. They are not making any sense, and you are really concerned about their well being. They may reply and say, why do you ask that? What's wrong with me? Oh, I am just concerned. Are you all right? It seems like you are possibly going through a difficult time. Just make it about them. But at the same time, in a covert way, isolate yourself from the whole game. Disconnect. When you will disconnect, they'll get trapped in the moment because if there is no one to fight, that fight will lose meaning. If there is no one to be trapped, what will remain the purpose of the prison they have created for you? They will get buried in the grave they were digging for you by feeling the shame, the disconnect between who they want to be and how they are behaving. One thing that you must remember when asking such a question is your body language should match your way of asking. If you're angry and you ask it this way, are you okay? They'll know you're pretending. They will find out you're feeling something and you are concealing your true emotions. You have to actually act dispassionately curious. And you should make a face, something like this. Are you okay? Are you all right? Do you need help? It seems like you're all over the place right now. Another tactic, if they ask you something like, why didn't you answer my call? Act completely confused and scratch your head and say, oh, what are you even talking about? I was thinking of what is the square root of 144. What? Oh, sorry. Say that again? Waste their time by giving really absurd responses so that they get bored and they hang up on you or they abandon you. That is what you want. Number two, turn their questions back on them. They use counter questioning a lot. If you ask them a question with an intention of holding them accountable, they will counter question, take you into a totally different direction, thus derailing you, making you talk about things that do not matter only to drain your energy and waste your time. You can use the same strategy with an intention of making them realize how wrong they are without telling them they are wrong. Let's say that narcissist asks you, oh, why are you so emotional? You can counter question and ask, What makes you think that's a bad thing? What will they say? They can't tell you why I think emotions are for fools or you are a weakling for having feelings. They'll have to lie. So you need to ask them a question that if they answer, they will reveal a hidden part of their true self. Counter their questions with open ended questions they probably won't have answers for. Example number two, if a narcissist asks you, why can't you act normal? You can counter question, what does normal mean to you? They might give you a definition which you will have to further question. They may say something along the lines of, oh, a normal person is somebody who forgets the past and moves on. So you're saying a normal person is somebody who acts like they don't remember anything, who acts like a zombie. You'll just have to wait for them to get tired with your counter questioning and leave you alone. Do not directly answer their questions. Keep questioning them until they feel exposed. Number three, affirm what they do not expect. Whenever they say something horrible, they want you to feel insulted. They want to shame you. They want you to defend yourself. They want you to say, no, that's not who I am. Or no, it's not that way. Agree with their insults, but in a way that helps you to reclaim your power. Example number one, if a narcissist says, oh, you are so selfish, you could say, absolutely, I have been prioritizing myself for once. If they mock you with, you think you're so smart, agree and say, yes, I value my intelligence. Basically, you have to leave them speechless. There is no argument here. You're agreeing with them. You're not saying no, but you are changing the perspective. You're agreeing, but at the same time, you're not taking it as an insult. You're telling them, oh, yeah, great, you pointed that out, but I don't see it the same way you do. If they say, you are too sensitive, you could reply by saying, yes, and that helps me to understand myself better. There you create a boundary with them. There you say, no, you can't define who I am. You can't tell me what's wrong with me. I will tell you what's right with me. You keep pointing out my flaws, and I will turn them into gifts, giving you no ammo whatsoever. Because these responses are short, succinct, to the point, and they leave them with no room. What will a narcissist do after getting such a response from you? Maybe walk away or give you a really crazy bad shock like look. Accept it, keep your face flat, body relaxed, and you move on. Number four, if nothing works, redirect the conversation to a neutral subject. Your goal is to make them leave you alone. Let's say they try to fight with you. They say, what about this thing? What about you not talking with me for such a long time? Let's say on Christmas Day, you happen to meet your narcissistic mother. She desperately waits and tries to turn that occasion about herself. She says, oh, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you show up? Why didn't you come and please me? You won't justify yourself. You can't tell her the truth. What would you do instead? Oh, but what about the weather? Have you seen my charger? Oh, where is so and so? What happened to that relative of ours? You could possibly make it about their enemy because they like to bitch, they like to gossip. Just listen. What you wouldn't want to do is make it about yourself, have them focus on you, make them talk about things that you know matter to them. That's giving positive supply. If the narcissist tells you something as provoking as, you don't love me, do you? Don't say yes or no. Don't explain. Don't tell them what love is. You could say, by the way, did you see the meme that I sent you last week? They'll go like, what? I just want to talk about the meme. Act like you don't know what's going on or you can't perceive the emotional heaviness of the situation. Act confused. What will they do? They won't talk to you. They'll say, I'm so done with you. Just get away. I don't want to even look at you. I am so done with you. Now I won't talk to you. Good riddance. That is goal accomplished. Number five, the biggest tool, the biggest weapon. Respond with humor or absurdity. You can use wit or playful comments to neutralize their aggression. If that narcissist says, you are a failure, you could reply, at least I am consistent. You will say a lot by saying that because you're insinuating you're not consistent with what you say, what you will do. You chase your fantasy. But if you call me a failure, at least I am consistent with that. That's who I am. That's who I have been. And that is who I will be. And you have to say it with a smile on your face, clearly showing them you don't give a damn. If they try to intimidate you by saying, "Oh, you're nothing without me, you cannot survive without me," you can respond, "You're right, true. I will never forget how you used to argue over Wi Fi password," showing them how little they mean to you and how little you will be affected by their absence. You're not telling them you're wrong, "I'll be okay, I'll be fine." You don't have to. You have to laugh it off. You have to be playful. Why? Because you would want them to show you their true self, especially if you're documenting things. You would want them to feel suffocated in the moment. How can they feel suffocated? Well, by realizing they're not impacting you. They are trying to push your buttons, but nothing is getting pushed. Or the opposite, you're laughing at them. That is a big trigger for a narcissist. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. I hope you found it insightful and quite practical. Let me know in the comments. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.